Today has brought more destruction across the state. After a visit to Clifton Creek, where the primary school has been reduced to rubble, the Premier Daniel Andrews revealed at least 17 Victorians are unaccounted for.
The advice I have is that they're local residents, some of whom may well have been attempting to defend their properties.
67-year-old Mick Roberts, a well-known figure in his hometown of Buchan, has died. People from the town of Can River have finally been able to leave, the convoy arriving into Orbost this afternoon.
There's a few fires coming through the bush, but nothing that would slow us down.
I've been away for the last 3 nights waiting for the fire to come. Even at night time, it was just bright red in the tent. Bright red from the fires. They were that close.
And hopefully the house is going to be okay and that, but yeah, and we can go back home, really.
They'd taken shelter in the local school when a nearby forest fire threatened the town. Smoke and a lack of power are affecting radio and telephone signals.
We're working very hard across agencies to try and restore some form of communication, so we're dropping satellite phones where able to vulnerable and isolated communities.
A quick word with him about the impact on his claim.
A radio dropped off by a generous tradie is the only connection the locals in Nowa have with the outside world. They've been without power, internet and phone coverage, so they're pooling their resources. But fears are rising about the hotter and windy weather that's ahead.
We're not getting any of the emergency warnings, so if we go out of town a few k's, we all of a sudden get, ping, 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 we get all these messages, and it's a bit disconcerting to find out you're actually on watch and act, but you didn't even know.
You'll leave ahead of us.
With some supplies running short, fatigue is setting in, and there's no end in sight.
This is going to go on for a long time, and we need to be really conscious of that our communities have experienced some pretty significant trauma and some significant loss.
Livestock and horses are being brought to Bairnsdale, but the stockyards are filling up. The government's also looking to fly fodder into farms where feed's been burnt out. The tourist and services sectors are also suffering.
And a lot of my mates are in businesses that get 60, 70, 80% of their income over these summer months. That income's not going to be there this year, so we need to make sure we have a long-term recovery plan for them.
But in the short term, the efforts are aimed at keeping people safe and containing losses. Nicole Asher, ABC News, Orbost.